Alright, you guys, this week we're going to be cooking up some delicious Instant Pot and air fryer recipes. It is from this cookbook right here. This is one of my favorite air fryer and Instant Pot cookbooks. I'm not sure if this is on my books link in my Amazon store, but I will go check it out, and if it's not, I will link it for you guys there. But we are going to be making some twice baked potatoes with broccoli and cheddar. These are super easy. I've already got my oven preheated to 450 degrees. These are twice baked potatoes. So we're going to start out with the Instant Pot first and cook the potatoes. And then we'll kind of scoop out the innards and get that all set up. Add the other ingredients, pop it in the oven. So I've got some potatoes here, and I've already washed them and pierced them with a fork. You can also use a knife. And I'm just going to pop these down into my Instant Pot here and get them all situated. And I've got 1.5 cups of water, and I'm just going to add that right into the pot. And now all we're going to do is pop the lid on, and we are going to cook this for about 20 minutes. Excuse me, 25 minutes. And I'm just going to do manual 25 minutes. And I'm going to let that do its thing. In the meantime, I'm going to prep some ingredients to go with the potatoes. And then I'll meet you back here and we'll get them started. Alright guys, so the potatoes are done. I went ahead and cut them in half and scooped out some of the filling. And I just added it to a bowl here. All I'm going to do now is add a little bit of olive oil to the potatoes. And I'm going to season them with a little bit of salt and some pepper, just to give these potatoes a little bit of seasoning. Okay, and I'm just going to set these to the side here. And we're going to work on the filling. So I've got the potatoes here, and I'm just going to mash these up just until they're pretty smooth. It doesn't have to be too smooth, but get them as smooth as I possibly can. Alright, to this I'm going to add some sour cream. I'm going to add some chopped broccoli, and I just thawed it out. It's frozen. I just thawed it out and chopped it up pretty coarse. I'm going to add a little bit of cheese, probably about 1 cup or so. I'm going to save some of this for the top of the potatoes. And then I've got some green onions here. And I'm just going to add all of that in there. These are going to be so good. I remember a long time ago, I used to get broccoli and cheese potatoes, baked potatoes from Wendy's. They were so good. So these are kind of like that, but better. So we're going to add a little bit of pepper. Now season to your taste. And we're going to add some salt. Now we're just going to mix this up completely until everything is well combined. Alright, so that is nice and combined. All we're going to do now is stuff our potatoes. This one's a little wonky, but it'll be fine. It will taste just as delicious. So I'm going to pack these pretty full and as best as I can. And these are going to cook up and be delicious. Alright. So I've got those all filled. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper to the top. They're plenty seasoned with salt, so I'm going to hold off on the salt. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of cheese on the top. Now, since these have all these delicious cheese on them, I'm going to pop these in the oven for about 10 minutes, just so that cheese can melt and get all melty and delicious. And then I'll show you what they look like when they get done. All right, y'all, here is my plate. I have the baked potatoes here, or the twice baked potatoes with broccoli and cheese. These potatoes were cooked to perfection. They were absolutely delicious. And I just made a simple chopped side salad to go along with it. A super simple dinner, but very, very filling. All right, guys, so today we're going to be making some pastrami spiced chicken. I've got some boneless, skinless chicken breast sitting over to the side, but you can also do this with bone in, skin on, or skin on boneless. Whatever kind of cut meat that you want or prefer will work just fine. So I've got all of my spices here, and I've got my mortar and pestle here. And we're going to grind up some of our more seedy spices. So I've got some fennel seed, black peppercorn, and some coriander. Now I'm doubling this recipe because I have company coming over, so I'm going to double the recipe. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to kind of grind this into a fine paste. It's going to take me a minute or two, but it will get there. Okay, so I've got that done, and it is kind of a coarse kind of mixture here. And I've got a bowl, and I'm just going to add all of this into my bowl, and we will set that to the side, and we're going to add the rest of our ingredients and give that a little mix. So I've got salt, brown sugar, paprika, I've got some mustard, brown mustard, and some garlic powder. And we're just going to give this a little mix. Make sure everything is nice and well combined. And then we're ready to go. Now you can add a little bit of cayenne pepper to this if you want it a little bit spicy, which I think would be really, really good. But I just want to make sure all of these spices are nice and combined. And then I'm going to clean up everything, grab my air fryer, and then we will get this chicken coated and in the air fryer. Okay, so I've got that all mixed up, and it's nice and smooth and combined. I've got my chicken here, and I want to add about 4 teaspoons of oil to this mixture. And it's going to help kind of combine everything. Okay, that looks pretty good. Kind of make sure all of it's not dry. Okay, so to my chicken here, I'm just going to, since my chicken is skinless, I don't have anything for that spice mixture to kind of grab a hold of. So I'm just going to use a little bit of olive oil. This is just some really good olive oil that I just put in this little sprayer bottle here. And I'm just going to spray this all over the chicken. And then I'm going to add half of this mixture onto the chicken and kind of mix it, rub it into the chicken, and then we'll do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so I've got the chicken coated and it's sitting over to the side. To keep the chicken from sticking to the air fryer basket, I'm just going to spray the basket with a little bit of olive oil. You can use any kind of oil that you want or prefer. And I've got this delicious smelling chicken. It smells absolutely delicious. And I'm going to put this in the air fryer and kind of get it in there as best as I can. Okay, and I'm going to add some more of this delicious spice mixture right on top. I've got my air fryer right here, and I'm just going to put this in the air fryer, and we're going to turn this on, and we're going to cook this at 350 degrees for 15 minutes, and then we will flip it over and change the temperature in less time. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'll see you back in just a minute. Okay, so this is done. Well, the chicken is not done, but it's done cooking. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip this chicken over. Oh, it smells so good. Now, the chicken is not completely cooked through, but we're going to cook it again. And if you could smell my kitchen right now, it smells so good. It smells like a deli. So we've got that in there. And now we're going to turn the heat up to 380 degrees. Uh-oh, I hit the power button. We're going to go 380. And we're going to go for about 5 minutes. And then we will check it after that. And if it needs to cook a little bit longer, we will put it back on to cook. But you want the chicken to register about 195 degrees. Or excuse me, 165 degrees. I don't know why I said 195, but 165 degrees. All right, you guys, this chicken is cooked completely through and it smells just divine. So I'm going to take it out and place it on a plate, and I'm just going to let it rest for a good 10 minutes or so, just so those juices can go back into that chicken. And in the meantime, I'm going to make us a delicious salad to go along with it. All right, you guys, so I let the chicken rest and I cut that in slices. I made some homemade sourdough bread earlier. Absolutely delicious. If you want my sourdough recipe, you can look on my blog. It's linked down in the description box below. And I also made just a plain, easy side salad to go with it. It's just a little bit of butter lettuce, some vegetables, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and a super simple lemon vinaigrette. But you can use any kind of salad dressing that you like or your family likes and enjoys. And this is what we had for dinner today. Super simple, very quick, very easy, and absolutely delicious. Okay guys, today we're going to be making some Instant Pot salmon and soy ginger butter with some vegetables and rice. Now I've already got my vegetables in the oven. I've got some broccoli. They're roasting at 425 degrees. Just simply season. I've got olive oil and some Greek seasoning on there. And then we're just going to have some rice. So we're going to start out with our sauce that's going to go on the salmon. I've got some green scallions here, and I've got a 1/4 cup of butter. I'm going to add that in there. And some grated ginger. I'm going to add all of that in there. And I've got some soy sauce. Now, the recipe doesn't call for salt and pepper, but I'm going to add a little bit of pepper and just a tiny, tiny bit of salt because that soy sauce is salty. But you can cut down if you want to. You can use the low sodium soy sauce. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of salt, and I'm just going to mix this together. Make sure it's all well combined, and then I'll grab my salmon and some parchment paper. And we'll get this in the Instant Pot. Okay, you guys, so I've got a piece of salmon here. These were frozen. I just thawed them out in some cold water, and then I just laid it on a piece of parchment paper. And I'm going to divide this butter into 3 since I've got only 3 slices of or fillets of salmon. And I'm just going to kind of spread this over on the top of this salmon as best as I can, because it's going to melt down anyway and it's going to get delicious. Okay, so I've got that on there, and I'm just going to fold these edges up and kind of fold them over. So it'll be a little bit easy to kind of take apart later or unwrap later. And then I'm just going to fold the sides up. Okay, and now I'm just going to put that aside, and I'm going to finish the other 2, and then we'll move over to the Instant Pot. Alright, so I've got my Instant Pot here, and I've got the little insert. I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of water to this, so this way there's a little bit of liquid in there, so you don't get that burn notice, and it will help to cook the salmon. I've got my salmon here, and I'm just going to place this right on top of this little thing here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to attach the lid. Ooh, I got seasoning all over it. It'll be okay. So now I've got that on there. I've got it set to sealing. I'm going to mash the manual button, and I'm going to go down to 8 minutes. And I'm going to let it do its thing, and then when this gets done, we will do like the release and let the steam out. So we're going to let this go, and I'll show you what it looks like when it gets done. Alright, you guys, so I've got the salmon here, and I just took it out of the Instant Pot and removed it from the wrapper, and then I just put it on this plate. Now I'm going to serve this with some lemon wedges, and you can serve this however you want. And I'm going to add some sesame seeds. I don't have any regular sesame seeds, I just got these toasted black sesame seeds, but it's going to be delicious either way. So I'm just going to add a few of those on top. And you can add some fresh parsley to this or some fresh dill to this. It will be delicious as well. But this is what it looks like. And I'm waiting on the rice to finish up. It's in the Instant Pot, so it's got about 2 or 3 more minutes, and then this will be done and we'll be ready to eat. All right, you guys, this is my plate. This is a very good dinner to have if you want something a little bit light. This salmon was cooked perfectly. It was nice and flaky, full of flavor, absolutely delicious. And I just served it with some roasted broccoli and some rice, and I just squeezed that lemon over the top of everything. It was so good. But this is going to wrap up this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you are new. And don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I love chit-chatting with all of you. So, yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.